Flix with the Hicks, where we tell you about the movies. We tell you if they're great or if they really stink. Now it's time to start the show. Yeah, now it's time to go. Guess what? It's Flix with the Hicks.
Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Flix with the Hicks. I'm Greg, this is my lovely wife Janet. Each week we review 2 films that we watched on DVD. We always review the best film that we watched that week and the worst film that week. Sometimes the worst one's not that bad, but this week it is. The reason I know, because I got tasked with picking the worst movie of the week.
It was an easy choice.
Oh my goodness, was it ever.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The worst movie that we watched this week was Kill Switch, made in 2008. It stars Steven Seagal and Isaac Hayes, and it's a movie about a killer who's roaming Memphis, killing people, obviously. The movie really intensifies when Steven Seagal, who plays an investigator with the police department, his girlfriend gets killed. Girlfriend, wife, whatever, gets killed by this killer. So that makes Steven Seagal really mad. So, anyhow, Steven Seagal movies are highlighted by action. Martial arts action. I think Steven Seagal was a little out of shape for this movie, or he was starting to age a little bit, because every action scene was fast-forwarded, sped up to a point that it was extremely obvious, to the point literally where you couldn't even see what was happening in some of the scenes.
It's like the old Batman and Robin scenes where they'd speed up their action.
Yes. and Steven Seagal has never been known to be a great actor either, but it really, really showed in this movie, because you would have this action scene where fists would be flying, legs would be flying, people would be flying, and in the middle of it you'd hear him say something like, "Do you want any more?" And with his slow southern drawl. And it was so strange seeing a high-paced action movie that was sped up, and then all of a sudden his slow voice. Now if you're in an action scene like that, if you're fighting, wouldn't you be like, "You want any more, you little..." No, not Steven Seagal. He's more like, "I'm tougher than you are, and I'm going to show you."
Look at him.
You know, it's bizarre. And those are not actual lines that he quoted, but that was the type of things that he was saying in the film.
I know, it's sad,
and
man.
His overall drawl, it just didn't work.
Didn't go.
No.
And look, he looked bad. His dyed hair looked bad. His stunt doubles looked bad. The wigs on the stunt doubles were ridiculous. It was bad, you guys. I mean, you gotta watch it because you gotta laugh. I'm embarrassed for him. I am so embarrassed for him.
This movie had a $5 million budget, and it made $382,000.
Yeah.
At the box office.
Yeah.
The person I feel the worst for in this film is Isaac Hayes. The great Isaac Hayes.
Yeah.
The guy that sung Shaft. Wonderful performer, and he shouldn't have taken this role on.
Yeah,
he just shouldn't have.
I would have ran from this. Anything that Seagal does anyway is kind of...
I've seen a few Seagal movies that I thought were interesting and were pretty good. Not this one.
No, this is pitiful.
Yeah.
This does, it's so sped up, and then you can see the stunt double doing all this.
Now the one thing I will give this movie, occasionally I'll watch a movie that's so bad that I'll lose interest or I'll start to fall asleep. That wasn't happening in this movie.
Because it was so bad, you had to see what's happening.
I was laughing through this movie.
I know.
And I kept thinking to myself, they should have called it a comedy, and it would have been a huge success.
Yeah, right, I guess. What do you rate it? Oh,
I will give this... I'm going to be generous. I'm going to give this a 12.
I was going to say 11. 11 square, on my honor. I've seen it. It's bad. I mean, it's so bad. I mean, even the lighting was bad in it. You know, because they didn't want to show the stunt doubles and stuff, and he wasn't really doing all this stuff. And
and even in the sped up action scenes, you could tell at places it wasn't Steven Seagal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's do my good movie, the best movie for the week, and I was really surprised it was this good. I after all these years. Okay, it's Transformers, the first one, the real one, the first one. Okay, now Transformers was around since like 1984. The toys, the comics, and all that. Okay, 2007 they made their first movie. Now they have 7 movies. Okay, but it's done with DreamWorks. Their budget was like 150, 200 million, and they made 709 million.
You know why?
At least.
You know why, right?
Because it's good.
Bumblebee.
Yeah, the Camaro. You know, Transformer toys were amazing. But to get it on film, that was amazing too, how... You know. And there's the good guys and the bad guys. Okay, the good Autobots and the villains were the Decepticons. And they come from the planet Cybertron.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the villains are trying to take all our machinery and for their warriors and stuff. And this young teenager guy named Sam was all involved and got to drive the car and all that.
Shia LaBeouf, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Anthony Anderson, I always like him. And Megan Fox is in it. But I was surprised it was that good. It really was. You know, for one of those like Marvel comic movies and stuff. I like this one. And we actually saw a roadside attraction of Bumblebee.
Mm-hmm.
Remember at that gas station?
Yep.
That was cool. But I mean, and what was it? Disney World or Disneyland or Universal that we saw the Transformer that comes out and goes
Universal.
Whoa,
Universal.
You are like that. Yeah. So I mean, it was a good movie, and they have like 7 more. They have I've got a list over here.
Cheat sheet.
Yeah. Look, they got Transformer, Revenge of the Fallen, Transformer, Dark of the Moon, Transformer, Age of Extinction, Transformer, The Last Night, and then just Bumblebee, and then Transformer, Rise of the Beast is supposed to be coming out this year. 23.
Well,
another one. I haven't watched them all.
I did not want to like this movie.
Yeah?
When we started to watch it, I thought, ugh. You know, I was one of those guys. I saw the Transformer toys and stuff, and I always thought to myself, I'd never be interested in that. Never be interested in. When the movie came out, I didn't think I'd be interested in that. No, you know,
That
kid
Camaro.
stuff.
It was good.
It was a good film. It was a very good film. It took me about 10 to 15 minutes into the film, and I started thinking to myself, you know, I really like this.
That's pretty cool.
I really
huh?
like this,
Pretty
you
cool.
know. And I didn't want to. But
You know, I would think it would be more appealing for guys than girls. If the traditional guys and girls, okay? The guys that like cars, the Camaro and all that. But I thought it was a good movie, and it had the good guy winning. You know, fighting and winning, and humans interacting with them, and
yeah.
it was good. We got gnats going, right? Mosquitoes, actually.
Yeah.
That's a mosquito. Uh-oh.
So anyhow, so overall, what would you give your film?
My film?
1 to 100.
I'll give it a 90.
Really?
Yeah, a 90. Yeah. I mean, it's good for all ages, I think. You know, because the old people like us, it's the nice car, you know, and how the mechanics of it turning into the robots, and that's cool. And the actual storyline. And then for younger ages, oh, I had that toy. I have that toy. I want that toy. That type thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would give your film, I'd give it an 84.
84?
84. Yeah.
That's pretty good for you.
I thought it was a good film. I really did. And you can definitely see where the $150 million went.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the
special effects.
the
and
special effects were
everything.
very, very good.
It was
Good storyline too.
Yeah, it was. All right, guys. Well, anyway, we had fun with this. We're watching a movie right now that I'm having a hard time getting into. I turned it off. I'll have to start it over. I mean, sometimes that happens. And it's supposed to be a real famous movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, that's what we do. In between things, we're watching movies and sharing with you what we like and what we don't. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the bells if you like us and subscribe and all that, notifications. And check out the Patreon site if you want. And you guys, spend some time with your family. Watch a movie.
Take it easy, folks.